I think as players we believed it would get done, just a matter of when. And it's his side and our management, had to go back and forth to find whatever number was good for both sides, and it's usually gets done when it gets done. Some take longer, some are shorter, and I'm happy that it's done and he can just focus on hockey.
Did you talk to Lane during this process at any point about the negotiation?
Yeah, I try to. I don't want to be up in guys' business too much. Just tell him if he ever wants to talk. At the end of last season, we had a little chat, and throughout the summer, just ask him how it's going. But yeah, it's none of our business to step in those places. And but yeah, it's just whenever it got done, got done, and it's nice to hear the news today.
As a player, you're probably hoping to see a teammate go for as high as possible. But what's the feeling when you're seeing that he's saying yes to a contract will be in the value of the team also?
Yeah, I always love to see guys get paid and get what they're worth, and we've kind of built a culture here where guys are not trying to break the bank, and I think all Lane wants to do is win, and I think he's definitely set us up for that possibility moving out in the future.
So on that note, how important is it that the contract at the end stays consistent?
On le sait tous, il l'a mérité, il travaille tellement fort, fait que super content pour lui.
Quel point aussi, quand vous regardez ça, puis vous regardez tout le noyau de l'équipe, et là pour encore 7-8 ans, à quel point c'est intéressant, satisfaisant et encourageant pour le futur?
Ben oui, absolument. Je pense que c'est sur des bons contrats aussi. Tu compares avec le restant de la Ligue, puis tu vois notre noyau des jeunes joueurs qui vont tous continuer à s'améliorer ensemble, qui vont continuer à se développer ensemble. C'est vraiment encourageant.
Ken disait qu'il aurait aimé ça signer au début de l'année. Il considérait qu'il peut avoir des distractions avec les réseaux sociaux, les médias, les sites web. Est-ce que ça commençait à faire du bruit, à déranger dans le vestiaire?
Honnêtement, non, pas du tout. Je suis sûr que ça en parlait pas mal dans les médias. Je suis pas surpris de ça, mais dans la chambre en tant que tel, on savait que ça allait se régler un jour ou l'autre. Puis on savait même pas que c'est aujourd'hui. En fait, c'est Martin qui nous l'a annoncé à la fin de la pratique. Fait qu'on était bien contents pour lui.
Évidemment, tu ne peux pas parler pour Lane, mais sentais-tu que c'est quelque chose qui te tracassait ou ça paraissait pas du tout?
Non, ça n'a pas paru, je trouve pas. C'est sûr que quand tu parles beaucoup d'argent comme ça, c'est sûr que tu l'as derrière la tête. Là, donc, je suis content que pour lui, ça a été fait le plus rapidement possible. Donc, maintenant, il va pouvoir se concentrer sur la saison.
De voir qu'il signe un contrat, somme toute, assez raisonnable, considérant ce qu'il amène, ça lance-tu le message que moi, je suis d'abord là pour l'équipe puis pas juste pour mon gain personnel? Là. Je sais pas si ça a du sens de le dire de même.
Oui. Je pense qu'il y a plusieurs gars qui ont fait ça aussi. Donc, juste l'an passé avec Jake, après un peu moins, évidemment, c'est pas les mêmes termes, puis c'est pas la même impact financièrement, mais c'est sûr que ça en dit long. Puis, comme j'ai dit plus tôt, on est vraiment content de l'avoir pour 9 autres années.
J'espère que je te ferai pas trop répéter, mais tu sais que pour les partisans, les gens qui sont en dehors de votre monde à vous autres, le réflexe, c'est de dire, ben là, l'échelle salariale et tout, puis lui, c'est un jeune. Tu réponds quoi, toi, à ça?
Je pense que, on l'a vu l'an passé, à quel point il y a un impact sur notre équipe. Aussi, la maturité qui est en dehors de la glace, la façon qu'il se prépare, la façon qu'il travaille sur la patinoire, les détails. C'est vraiment un travailleur hors pair, puis je suis pas inquiet pour lui pour les prochaines années.
Quand tu as dit tantôt que ça aurait pu facilement devenir une distraction parce qu'il y avait du bruit.
It's about winning and being part of a good group with a great core, and I'm sure that was part of it for Lane. And yeah, if you look around the room, I think that's kind of the main message. Everyone wants to be part of this group and grow together. And they've been building something for a few years now, and it's special. And coming into it, it's super exciting for me. So, yeah, looking forward to continuing to grow with the group.
Thanks, Noel.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, any day you get to come to the rink is a good day, and today especially, nice to get a good bit of business done. And for me, it's just back to work and build my game.
Was it starting and weighing on you a little bit, this negotiation?
You try not to let it creep in. You got a job to do, and maybe a bit, but definitely just got to continue to grow my game and be better for the team too.
Is it a bit of a relief to be done now that it's not a distraction anymore?
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good for both sides, and I'm just happy to be here for a long time.
What does this mean to you and your family?
Yeah, it means a lot. Since the start, since being drafted here, how I've been accepted, and really just being able to be myself and have fun and enjoy the game with these great guys. It's been amazing.
Describe the feeling of being jumped by all your teammates at the end of the practice?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty special. That's just the group we have, pretty tight knit. So it was cool.
When was it finalized?
Today was finalized, so it was kind of knew I was doing it, but today it was final.
And you were able to keep it a secret from your teammates before going on the ice, it seems?
Yeah, I was. So
What's the feeling to know that you're going to be wearing that jersey for 8 more seasons?
Yeah, I think every time you get to throw on this jersey, it's special, and whether it's practice, games, preseason, playoffs, it always means so much to me, and it's pretty special that I get to do it for a while now.
How would you describe the negotiating process later? How involved were you?
Yeah, I left it to Sean Coffey and Ryan Barnes, and they did a great job. Kind of listened to me a little bit about what was important to me, and being here a long time was important. And I'm just glad we were able to get it done. And Kent and Gortz, they're good at their job, and they did their job too.
It's a win-win situation, sort of, for both you and the team.
I think so, and I think the win is I get to stay here and continue to be myself.
Lane, but this hurricane is going on outside of here, social media, us, everybody. How important was it for you? Like Ken talked about a conversation you guys were able to have. Like, just what was the message you wanted to get across to the Canadiens so you could get this done?
Kind of that I have belief that we aren't far off from being a team that can be a Stanley Cup championship team, and not just once. Hopefully we continue to do it, but just kind of the belief I have in this group, and the staff, coaches, everything we have in place. I think we're heading in a great direction.
The discussion you had with Ken, did it allow the process to speed up a little bit?
I mean, he's pretty good at kind of explaining his point of view, and I explained mine, and we met in the middle. So it was just good to have, and I just really trust what we're doing here.
There's only 3 games.
Having that conversation a little sooner.
No, I mean, I think everything happens for a reason. I got done, and I continue to do my job and build my game, and be better for this team.
There's only 3 games into the season, but was it becoming a distraction? Was it tough to see your name on social media, website, the media, everywhere?
I mean, maybe a bit, but I try not to look into it in general. People are going to have opinions on whatever they want. They can say whatever, but for me, I just want to continue to build my game and help this team any way I can.
What did you learn from this whole process?
Just kind of be yourself, and it felt right, and I'm just happy that it's done. So just kind of being myself.
Lane, an $11 million signing bonus part of the deal. How do you sort of wrap your head around that kind of money for someone coming from where you come from?
Yeah, it's a lot of money for anyone, but it's just definitely them putting trust in me, and I got to pay it back in hard work and dedication to this team and to what we're building.
Is there anything special to celebrate?
I think it's pretty special. We get to play tomorrow, so home opener. That's how I celebrate.
You're gonna pay dinner for everybody tonight, us included.
Eventually, yeah.
Lane, at the end of the last season, you told that one of your priorities stay with this group. You told us that you're feeling good with this group. Today, having this contract, would you say that the first reason to be here for 8 years is it's done now. It's what you want.
Yeah, I mean, it's what I kind of wanted all along, and you know, it's can't put into words how thankful I am for, you know, Ryan Barnes, Sean Coffey, my family supporting me, and then Kent and Courts and, you know, Mr. Molson doing their part as well.
Lane, you're 21 years old, but put in situations like this, you almost have to grow up fast. Like, what did you learn about yourself through this process, and how have you grown from it?
I kind of learned that, you know, not everything is easy, and, you know, there's a reason for everything. So I feel like, yeah, I had to do a lot of learning and, you know, even as just a person, a player, all that, but kind of just have to be adaptable and, you know, be ready for, you know, what's coming my way. So, yeah, I'm just really happy that it got done.
During that process, was it important for you to sign that deal as quick as possible?
Yeah, you try to get it done, of course, and you want it done. So, yeah, I guess so.
Thank you, Lane.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Quand tu as dit tout à l'heure que ça aurait pu devenir une distraction un peu autour de l'équipe.
Qui a dit ça?
Kent a dit que ça aurait pu.
Il a parlé aux médias?
Oui,
okay.
Il a parlé tout à l'heure. Désolé, je pensais que tu étais au courant.
Non.
Il a dit que ça aurait pu devenir une distraction un peu autour de l'équipe si ça avait traîné encore. La nature du marché, j'ai pas besoin de te le dire, tu sais ce que c'est, là. Mais est-ce que toi, tu partages un peu son opinion, puis maintenant que c'est fait pour Lane, tu sais qu'il n'y en aura pas de distraction?
Ben c'est sûr, c'est possible que ça peut devenir une distraction, tu sais. Puis c'est pas... le marché, il est difficile. Puis c'est pas juste un marché ici, c'est alentour. Tout le monde s'attend alentour de la Ligue, il en parle aussi. C'est pas juste à Montréal, mais je sais... à Montréal, c'est une grosse nouvelle, puis ça devrait être une grosse nouvelle. Puis je pense que plus ça va, puis c'est sûr, ça peut stresser l'individu. Mm-hmm. Ça peut-tu affecter son jeu?
Surtout s'il est jeune.
Oui, ça peut-tu affecter son jeu? Ça l'affecte son jeu, mais ça l'affecte-tu le jeu des autres aussi? C'est une boule de neige qui peut devenir peut-être... peut grossir. Fait que je suis content que la boule de neige est plus là.
Est-ce que tu sentais que ça l'affectait en ce début de saison?
Je te dirais non. Pas à date. Tu sais, je te dirais, je n'étais pas focusé là-dessus, ben.
Puis pour l'ancien joueur que tu es, à quel point dans un vestiaire, ça peut avoir un impact, une influence quand les autres gars voient que tout le noyau du club est là pour encore vraiment longtemps. Là.
Ah, c'est sûr. Tu sais, on a beaucoup de joueurs, je trouve, qui se rajoutent au noyau. Tu sais, à tous les années, mais t'en as un autre ou deux qui se rajoutent au noyau. Puis, tu sais, quand ton noyau vient gros, mais là, t'es fatiguant.
Nick was saying the players didn't know he had signed when they went on the ice, and then until you told them, and then they had a big celebration. How did you decide the timing to let them know, and just you thought how
Well,
they reacted to it?
I knew that the announcement, I guess, was going when we were going to start practice, and just for that, I think we want to have a good practice and no distraction. So I thought the timing was great for what we're trying to do today. And obviously after practice, it was my intention to announce it to the team. So I made Lane do a lap so I could talk to the group without Lane. And I told the group that Lane was extended, and obviously they were pretty happy about it. And you saw the reaction. It was actually a great moment for not just Lane, but the team.
Kent talked about the priority of the culture in this room. And
The what?
The priority of the culture in this
Yeah.
room and how important it was, to structure things in such a way that everybody in the room has that harmony. How would you describe how that culture is developing with all these kids in the core that have committed long-term to the game?
I mean, if you saw the last 30 seconds of practice,
We were actually writing, so please tell us.
Well, just what I explained, what we did, and Lane does a lap, and I tell the group, and then, it was like a overtime goal celebration coming off the bench. Kind of speaks volume a little bit, and it's not, you can't force culture, you can only try to grow it, and growing it is you have to take care of it. Like, you have to plant the seeds, you have to water it, you have to give it a little sunshine. There's so many things that you need to do. But, if you take care of the right stuff, it's going to grow, And I feel like we've seen it growing, and it's hard to pinpoint and explain culture. Like, there's just a feeling around it that just comes to fruition for all the daily actions you do to take care of it, whatever that is, But we spend a lot of time making sure that we're growing our culture.
Tu l'as expliqué en anglais, mais pour le bénéfice de vos partisans francophones, Martin, 80% de vos partisans, je veux juste... pourquoi tu penses que tu l'as annoncé sur la glace, puis moi, j'ai pas vu ça souvent, là, un coach qui a annoncé une prolongation de contrat puis une réaction comme ça. Qu'est-ce qui fait que tu pensais que ça donnerait quelque chose de positif?
Bien, parce que c'est... Honnêtement, comme joueur de hockey, la glace, c'est notre sanctuaire. Merci. C'est notre sanctuaire, tu sais. Puis c'est rare que... Tu sais, à moins que je call un meeting dans la chambre, c'est rare que je vais avoir tout le monde ensemble, tu sais. Fait que après une pratique, tu sais, j'amène toujours les joueurs ensemble. Fait que... Puis tu laisses vraiment le moment arriver organiquement. Je sais pas qu'est-ce qu'ils vont faire. Je sais pas s'ils vont tous célébrer comme ça, mais c'est pas important, c'est de créer l'opportunité. Tu sais, fait que... Tu sais, je suis pas surpris comment les joueurs ont réagi. Tu sais, puis ça, c'est... Ça me plaît quasiment plus qu'une victoire.
À la fin d'une pratique, un gars peut être fatigué, mais sans doute qu'il y avait plus de jambes.
Je pense que Lane était content de faire un tour. Il aime ça patiner.
C'est ça, ça n'a pas dû le déranger de faire un tour de plus.
Je pense
tu sais, comme en se tenant dans les arénas de hockey mineur, j'entends de plus en plus des gens dire hey, Lane Hutson en fait toujours plus. Tu vois ce que ça donne, travailler. Tu parles de culture. Qu'est-ce que Lane Hutson représente pour la culture du Canadien, celle que vous essayez d'instaurer ici?
Bien, c'est un passionné. C'est un passionné de